things I'm here for, ABS is one of them. Back another Fireside Baseball episode. Look, opening day is Wednesday for the Yankees, then I think Thursday for everybody else. So going to be kind of on top of things as we close things out. Give us a couple of days to enjoy the WBC in the first round of the tournament, but we're back at it. This one, shout out ABS is all I have to say.
Here's Stephen Kwan. Pitch is a breaking ball outside.
Center cut.
And look what, if you can see a lot of pitches, have those types of plate appearances.
To fail in the big leagues. Here's Stephen to fail in the big leagues. Here's Stephen Kwan. Pitch is a breaking ball outside.
And look what, if you can see a lot of pitches, have those types of plate appearances. This guy at the plate
that's
right now,
that's simply put, that's like center cut, middle. Catcher was surprised. I think even Stephen Kwan, who understands the strike zone, is going to win a lot of these this year, understands.
A great example, Stephen Kwan, of what that can mean for the hitters after you. You see that many pitches, and it can have an impact on the rest of the inning.
We had our first challenge. To fail in the big leagues. Here's Stephen Kwan. Pitch is a breaking ball out.
So, like, it's funny because, you're going to see a lot of the so-and-so ump had 3 overturned in the first inning, and, like, they're all like, these really, really close ones. I would take 10 overturned in a game if they're, like, all relatively close versus missing one this bad center. But what I do think is fascinating is obviously, like, the ABS system and the way it works is it is all based on your player height, your official player height, not the position that you stand in the box. Like, so no matter how much you kind of get down or get up, it doesn't matter. Like, your box is the same. You cannot manipulate the zone. And this year, we've seen a bunch of shrinkage. Big shrinkage. Guys a year ago being a certain height to this year being really small, I guess. Gavin Lux. Last year, the Reds listed him at 6'2". This year, 5'11", a year older. You know why? Because we want that box to be smaller. Bo Naylor. A year ago, same organization. This is the same organization. A year ago, 6 foot. Right now, 5'9". Keeps shrinking. I don't know why, and it doesn't matter for him. He sucks anyway. I think he's terrible. Some other shrinkage. Austin Riley through the years. It's funny because he started, he started pre-shrinking. He was like, look, I know ABS is coming. I'm going to start shrinking a little earlier than, so it's not super obvious. 6'3", 6'2", 6'1". Alex Bregman. 6 foot, 5'11", 5'10". Now, we always knew Bregman was short. We just got some big shrinkage, man. But at least, like, for Breggy, it's like 3 different teams, right? Right? The Bo one's hilarious. Because all these other guys are, like, competent offensive bats. He's not. He's not at all. Some bad news, some not great news, some unfortunate news. Trey Yesavage will open the season on the injured list with a right shoulder impigmentation per John Schneider. That is concerning. Obviously, like, he's a guy that kind of became a household baseball name. I believe he's ranked in the MLB pipeline the number 3 pitching prospect, just behind the kid from the Mets and the kid from the Pirates, McClellan and Chandler. And obviously, like, dominated the Yankees, and as a Yankees fan, like, I can recognize that. Like, he's, a good pitcher. There's the fastball splitter, the crazy arm angle. It's coming down at you, and was really kind of pivotal to their World Series run a year ago. Him missing time is not great, but obviously, like, you hope. I mean, it's a long season. That's the thing. Like, these, a lot of times, unless it's like the UCL injury, these guys aren't going to miss the whole year. But in a race for what's going to be a really, really competitive division, this is news. Now, you need Dylan Cease to be a lot better. I believe that Bieber is going to be out for a little bit too. So you're going to need competent pitching from other guys. You need guys to pick up some innings. So people are calling this service time manipulation. I don't think it is that. I think the plan was for him to be able with the big league club and kind of be their number 2 or number 3. Obviously, they've got Gausman in them, so they're gonna be all right early. But this is someone who I think you were leaning on. I mean, the 1-2-3 punch of Gausman, Cease, and Trey Yesavage plays. Like, that's like Ryan says it. It's like, okay, like, here's Cease. I mean, wild card round, like, here's CC Savage. Like, your season might be over. Like, two high strikeout guys, and strikeouts obviously play in the playoffs. So just keeping an eye on that, definitely monitoring that pretty closely as we move through things. Jurickson Profar, 2 PED suspensions, and I always get curious to how the players talk about it.
When you've already been caught once, that you do it again. Are you just an egomaniac and you just say, I have to do this? Like, that's my question is, Kratz said, oh, he got tested once and it hurts his feelings as a player, but you already got popped once. So you just believe that you're bigger than the testing and you can beat the testing, and you just firmly.
I mean, what did you thought that you told yourself, oh, the MLB won't test me again. They already got me. I popped. I failed. I served my suspension. I'll be clear. You think they're just going to look the other way? Like, you are now, like, we have eyes on you, Jurickson Profar. Like, we know that the first time you did not respect our game to the point where you got a huge contract based off a season that it was probably PED influenced. And since this is the second year of your 2-year deal you signed with the Braves, and you're like, all right, let's do it one more time and get paid one more time, I guess has to be the thought process. But just idiotic and extremely frustrating too.
You believe that whatever you're taking won't get caught. That tells me that there's something going on maybe in his brain that just thinks he's above the testing because he got it again.
I'll give you a little bit of a different spin because I've gone down this rabbit hole before with some people. And what I've been told is that it takes away your superpower. You become so reliant on it. It would be like somebody who goes to the gym every day and then they just stop cold turkey and they don't go to the gym anymore, and your body starts to feel like crap, right? So take that and enhance that story, put that story on steroids.
Almost like you need it. That's so sad. If you need it, then that's so fucked. I become so reliant on this drug that I don't feel like myself without it. Boy, you got to get a placebo effect. One of your boys got to get one of those needles and fill it with water and just have you taking water the whole trip.
PEDs. And then there you go. That's that story. Put that story on steroids. PEDs. And then there you go. You took away someone's superpower from them. Cold turkey, it's difficult. So what do? You try to come up with other ways to mask that superpower and get away with it. That is my guess. That's not how it works for everyone. I'm sure there's people on there that are just like, oh, screw it. Whoever's giving me this now gave me something else that I should be good with. But generally, I've heard it is difficult for people that are juicing to get off of the juicing. I've heard that with many other former players who used to do that. Because I'd ask the same question, AJ. I remember you'd be around someone who knows a player and you'd be like, why is that player still doing that? Especially if they got caught.
That's an intriguing spin on it. That's an intriguing take on it. I guess it makes sense.
What kind of person are you when you've already been?
Like, I need this. Like, I don't feel like myself without this. And then whoever I got the first drug from is like, all right, pop for this. All right, no, we got something else that they don't test for, maybe, is kind of the thought process. Maybe some, like, bad info. But, if you get popped once, my thing is, like, they better test you for literally everything in the world after that. So, I don't like this story. I do love front office sports. MLB is getting into the market prediction business through a multi-year deal with Polymarket. Polymarket will be the exclusive prediction market partner of the MLB and will be the only platform allowed to use team logos and marks, source tells Front Office Sports. Shout out Front Office Sports for being really early on this. I hate it, and I likely think that Rob does not like the optics of it. He can't like the optics of it, but this feels like a situation where literally everybody has a price, right? Everybody has a price, and this is kind of one of those unfortunate things, I guess, when I go through it, because, I mean, shit, dude, like, with Pete Rose, with Clase, with things happening in the NBA and guys getting caught up, like, you don't want to be viewed and seen as, like, the kind of scummy league. But at some point, what is irresponsible to turn down in terms of money? Now, I know we always say, like, the integrity game is worth however amount of money. It's paywalled. But it looks like even our favorite sports leagues have a price, and it's like, this is one of the deals. Under the deal, Polymarket will become the exclusive prediction market partner of the MLB and Going to be the only platform allowed to use all that. And one source believed it's 3 years and $300 million with Polymarket paying the MLB. And others said the initial financial figure may be closer to $150 million, but the deal could be extended. So the MLB feels like, hey, look, they're already going to do this one way or another. They're going to do this. And if it's not with a team logo, it's just going to be New York A, New York B. Because they don't have a deal with the NFL, these prediction markets, but you see, obviously, there's ways to do it. So if they're going to do it with or without our cosign, why wouldn't I accept the $300 million? Why wouldn't I accept the huge money? And it's like an unfortunate, like, sad part of it in the world. And it's unfortunate that, like, you know, that MLB has had some gambling things and had some fixing things. And now, you know, it feels like prediction markets are getting closer and closer and closer to the sport. But look, people are going to bet on these teams no matter who the MLB partners with. So why not give them some money on top of it is kind of the stance. And it's an unfortunate thing. You can hate it, but money makes the world go round. And if you can get a piece of the pie, get a piece of the pie always. Because, like, optics, here we go. Poly market or Kalshi market or any, like, that's not going to stop me from watching the MLB. Heyman, the Athletics offered Nick Kurtz an extension believed to be well north of $100 million, maybe $130 million or so. Extension considered a long shot, dog. You're looking at a $350, $400 million player down the road. Obviously, he's going to want to see kind of what happens with teams and owners in the league in terms of salary cap, salary floor, all that. You know, players will never, ever sign off on a salary cap. They'll sign off on a salary floor, but the owners is supposed to be give and take. Nick Kurtz is going to make so much money. I mean, like, he is a legit superstar. I mean, a rookie year, you know, power numbers that we really haven't seen outside of maybe like Aaron Judge and Pete Alonso. Like, he's a guy that's in line for that kind of dollar. And he got to the league earlier, so he's going to hit that first big contract at a much younger age. Anyone rookie of the year, so that burns a year on top of it. We're talking about someone who could end up getting like Vladdy money. Like, that's how good Nick Kurtz's rookie season was. And I know firsthand as someone who watched the A's a lot. Like, I mean, he won me my fantasy league. I mean, and obviously, like, there's going to be some regression. Like, at some point, they'll see some, like, holes in his game. But, like, as is right now, you're talking about an everyday player with a 40 batting run value. The XBA is the only thing that's like, oh, okay. But X slug 537, average exit velo 92, barrel percentage 18, hard hit. Like, we're talking about a whole lot of red and with enormous power. And this one right here, this home run, this grand slam, destroyed this baseball. Now, yeah, it's a launching pad, but you could see Butler on second base throw the arms up like no fucking way.
2-2 to center field.
Oh,
Benson back.
my.
There she goes.
Good Lord.
I mean, we're talking about big on big power, dude. Like, look at Butler right here.
Two.
Damn, what a horrible pitch, though. Oh, my God. Also, great spot. Shout out the 5-hole. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I'm him. Ah! Yo, 2 hands up, yo. Everybody knows it. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
To center field.
Oh,
Benson back.
my.
There she goes.
Good Lord.
The good guys in the white shoes have a grand slam, and they lead by 6.
I know, like, Guardians fans, spend time focusing on not quite that. Like, they talk a lot about Connor Griffin. We're going to mute Connor Griffin. Like, we made the right pick with Bazana. This is the one. Hold up. What was Jackson Merrill's extension for? Jackson Merrill's contract was 9 for $135. Yeah. Yeah, that little 130. What did Kendrick say? It's not enough. It's not enough. Cal Raleigh back to the WBC. Struggled to the WBC. I don't think he recorded a single hit. And I don't really want to talk about the WBC too much. I'm butthurt about it. But
The 2-1.
here's Cal Raleigh.
Towering fly ball, center field, and this bangs off the infinity batter's eye in center. It stays in the yard. It clears the bases off. It's a 3.
Cal Raleigh better get ready, man, because, like, this happens to superstars. When you come out of nowhere, it's really fun. When you come out of nowhere, people ignore a lot of your flaws, and they're excited to see you play. But that next year, you're going to get a lot of hate. And a lot of it's going to be because there's going to be more eyes on you. And while you were like a fun, casual story where people weren't watching your every single at bat, but every time you turn around, it's like, oh my God, he's at 50 home runs. Oh my God, he's at 60 home runs. It's like, this is awesome. Like, we love it. And now you're going to be appointment TV, and people are going to sit down and watch you and unfairly criticize you. So that's where we're going to be at in the Cal Raleigh train. I mean, if you just look at this, no pressure on him. Look what he does. Oh, they're talking about the wall. Only took him 4 Ks in a minor league pitcher to hit that double. Nice to see he's indeed capable of hitting the ball. Like, you're just going to see it. And it's not going to be fair. Like, Cal Raleigh is going to be, if not the best offensive catcher in the sport, top 3 for the next 5-6 years. He signed the extension a year ago before he had the crazy season, so the Mariners got him at a discount. He is now recognizable, big dumper, like, great nickname. He is going to get a lot of unfair criticism this year because he's not going to be able to match that year that he had a year ago. Just plain and simple. We love flamethrowers. My favorite thing about spring training is watching the aliens throw baseballs. And this is crazy. 18 years old.
Spring. It's not as easy as just shoving him over there.
And that is
Spring. It's not as easy as just shoving him over there.
And that is simply overmatched.
It gets to 26-27.
3-2 pitch, and he blows away J.J. Weatherholt. Wow, 101 miles an hour.
Spring. It's not as easy as just shoving him over there.
Yeah. And that
Miguel Syme threw 14 fastballs. 9 of them were over 100. He touched 101.9. I will not round up. Shout out to And That's Baseball. And he had 2 strikeouts. 4th round pick. I mean, aliens. If you could throw strikes that hard, you're going to have a role in the MLB for a long time. Speaking from one alien to another alien, Lagrange, the Yankees guy. Yankees little prospect action.
So you're watching him closely. Your thoughts on him and what his potential is and why would he be sent down?
Okay, let me tell you a story. So this was early in camp, right? Pitchers and catchers are there. And Aaron Boone came over to me. It's very early, no position players in. He says, so who's standing out to you so far? I said, give me a couple of days. It's too early. I can't tell anything yet. And then I came back 2 days later, and I said, you know that question you asked me? Carlos Lagrange. And he looked at me and he said, "You're right. It's 2 days later, out to you so far." I said, "Give me a couple of days. I mean, it's too early. I can't tell anything yet." And I came back 2 days later and I said, early in camp, right? Pitchers and catchers are there. And Aaron Boone came over to me. It's very early. No position players in. He says, "So who's standing out to you so far?" I said, "Give me a couple of days. I mean, it's too early. I can't tell anything yet." And I came back 2 days later and I said, "You know that question you asked me? Carlos Lagrange." And he looked at me and he said, "You're right. The kid's something special." And so when Gerrit Cole and Max Fried are here in camp and they're talking about that they've never seen anything like what you're doing, then you must be doing something pretty special. I mean, you mentioned it there. He's sitting 102, and you just see it on the radar gun, 100, 100, 100. The secondary pitches are sharp. And I talked to somebody who covered him last year in Somerset, and the arm was always there, but it looked like he was trying to throw strikes, just kind of hoping to throw strikes. And that's not what I saw here in this camp. I think this is a polished kid. He looks great. And it's just a matter of time before you see him in the Bronx.
Are the Yankees, given that Devin Williams is gone, Luke Weaver is gone, do they have enough depth just to let's slow play this big kid?
Well, I think because you have so much starting pitching, and you have Gerrit Cole coming back, you have Carlos Rodon coming back. That's part of why they went out and made some of those run-it-back moves, like bringing back Ryan Yarbrough and Paul Blackburn. I mean, I think they have a lot of depth right now. It is one of the deeper pitching staffs that I can remember the Yankees ever going into the season with.
It is deep. They feel like they have a lot of starting pitchers this year, and it's funny because last year, people are like, they're running the back the same exact team. It's like, dog, last year they came into the year, and it was Stroman and Cookie. I had to seek Stroman and Cookie on the Yankees.
The middle of the bullpen is a little soft, but I think that as the season goes on, and you're going to have to collapse some of those guys into the pen, and maybe Lagrange plays a part. I bet he will. I think they're going to have a really strong rotation and bullpen.
I don't want them to push him to the pen. I think he's a starter. I want him to start. To me, it's starter stuff. It's the best stuff on planet Earth, and I think there's so much value in having someone who could legit be a top 10 starter in the MLB. And that's what I would want, especially on this kind of deal, like a young kid. 4 games, .66 ERA, 13.2 innings pitched, 13 strikeouts, only to 4 walks, which I think was the big concern. And the fastball averaged over 100 miles per hour and topped out at 103.1. Shout out to the boys at Fireside Yankees for this. And it's crazy because, those stats don't do what we saw Justice. He looked completely unhittable, untouchable, blowing stuff past everybody, and that's it. It's like the tight slider to go with it and throwing it for strikes. Like, he's been unbelievable. And it's wild because like Cam Schlittler was viewed as this otherworldly flamethrower because the velo hasn't really been in New York in a little bit outside of Gerrit Cole. And that's a crazy piggyback to go Schlittler to Lagrange. And this next one is so disgusting. Just absolutely what do you do? Yeah, no chance. No chance. He did get he's going to start with the minors, but someone to keep an eye out on, and I'm really excited for him. Obviously, over the course of a long season, you're going to see him in pinstripes. Concerned. Some people are concerned about Ryan Weathers. The ERA is over 11 right now. 12 innings pitched, 17 strikeouts, a 2.1 WHIP. The fastball and the K rate is I think he's really unlucky. I'm not really concerned. He had 17 strikeouts in 12 innings. Dan, give me a break. Spring training is for working on things and tinkering. He touched 100 miles per hour. I think his stuff's going to play. I think he's been extremely unlucky. Because the stuff looks really good, and the results haven't been there, but I'm a believer that the results will always catch up to the stuff. Like, always. So, I'm not selling stock on Ryan Weathers. He's also on my fantasy team. And then last Yankees note.
Listen to the way they're talking. Because normally pitchers are like, if you want to know how a pitcher's feeling, listen to the way they're...
Gerrit Cole threw an inning. 10 pitches, hit 98. So, just notes.
Talking. Because normally pitchers are like, how you feel? How's your arm feel? It's good. And he was very honest. He was like, the velocity is what the velocity is. He said, that was cool. He said the thing that surprised him was his location. He felt like the pen before he pitched in the game, so it would have been, 3-4 days ago, whatever his his steps are, his location was the best it had been. And he was like, that was the most pleasing and satisfying for him, was that his location was almost pinpoint. He said, it kind of even surprised me. So that's a good step for.
That's more encouraging than just a velo. Also, the shape of the fastball, per everything I've read, is like a plus. And Gerrit Cole obviously can pitch without getting strikeouts, but he likes to get strikeouts. But no, it's a great point. He likes where the location is.
Gerrit Cole too. If you want to know how pitchers,
again, this is not running it back. Not running it back. The Buccos, the Pirates. Braxton Ashcraft fired off his best start of the spring. 5 innings pitched, 8 Ks, 0 earned runs. Look, I'm just looking at the Pirates, and I just like it. Skeens, Bubba, Ashcraft, Jared Jones, Mitch Keller. I just like it. And the bats, they spent some money. Look, they spent money on some bats. They're going to have pitching. And if Connor Griffin could be a league average bat with some above average pop, with elite defense at short, you'll take it. Much like the A's were a year ago, I think they are must-watch television, not so much for the young bats, even though there is one young bat that we love, obviously, in Connor, but for the pitching. 6'5", 26 years old, heading into year 2, primed for a breakout, just so you know. Also, I like that the slider's his most used pitch. That shit's cool. Just side note, that shit's really cool.
For you guys, if Senga can stay healthy and pitch at a high level this year, what would it mean for you guys if Senga can stay healthy and pitch at a high level this year?
That's our ace. If he stays healthy, he's going to help the team to go all the way. Definitely, he has the stuff to do it. He just got to try to keep himself into the game.
What would it mean for you guys if Senga?
Thank you, Juan. The fact that it's mostly Yankee fans in the. Oh no. There we go. I was waiting for this one. I think Peralta's the ace, right? That's going to be the third best pitcher this year. Dude, this is funny, bro. D-backs are going to take me out to the ball game shake at games this year. Salted caramel shake, whipped cream, peanut butter, sandwich, cookie, Kit Kat bars. I like it. It looks cool. Here's a great photo op. Looks like it's probably good. Probably a little bit messy. It's hard eating messy things at ballparks. At least I haven't mastered it yet. Yeah, but this is a good photo op. All right, it'll play. But I thought this was... Dog, what? I think my browser just locked up. All right, there it is. Fried it. Baseball teams just do this and ask you for $45. This is crazy, bro. That's the craziest dumping of shit that I've seen. Just separate side note. Verlander, Unk, over there in Detroit. 43-year-old, 99th percentile in Ks this spring with a 34.9% K rate, 93rd percentile in whiffs, 88th percentile in chase, and 96th percentile in swinging strikes. Still going, man. Still keeping it going. Shout out, Unk. But I think this is the notable Ks to walks. Skubal, Anderson, Valdez, Verlander. Flaherty in there also. Herder and Mize. It's notable ones, so you know. 2.7 from Mize. Jeez. That first four is super elite. So that's all I got for today. I'll be back probably tomorrow, chopping up a couple things, and then I'll be with you guys every single morning. And when baseball season starts, kind of breaking some things down as I keep up with you guys in my fantasy team. As always, like, sub, go find us on socials, and I'll talk to you guys soon.